Welcome to Emily Saves America. Subscribe, YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, TikTok, notification bell, Spotify, Apple, literally everywhere. Today we discuss racially motivated attacks across the country, liberals constantly trying to control the American people, George Floyd film in the works, finally, and Poland rejecting migrants, and a liberal getting ratioed. I need to take a trip to Poland. We have a video of Brawl at the Baddies Midwest premiere in Beverly Hills. Okay, it is what it is. Oh. Oh, I think that's Bad Girls Club. The black whores that have their own show that just beat each other up on camera. They're like, I'm a bad bitch. And they're like, no, I'm a bad bitch. And then we just watch them. Is that the person that's in the tux, is that a man or woman? Because they're just throwing hands. And if that's a guy, that's crazy. He just jumped in just to punch people. Oh my God, look at her like baby. She's like, And then the daddy was supposed to join the NFL, and then he just had 4 more baby mamas, so he couldn't. Well, you guys, I'm shocked that a show that's literally ghetto women fighting each other would attract such a crowd. Personally, I'm shocked. You should never judge a book by its cover, except for you should quite literally at this point in America judge every book by the cover. Okay? Okay. Speaking of judging books by its cover, a racially motivated attack happening. They're happening all across the country. Police are investigating an acid attack in Savannah, Georgia.
A Georgia woman suffering horrifying chemical burns after being attacked in a popular Savannah park. Photos from her hospital bed showing bandages around her entire head.
I don't know that I'll ever be able to unhear just the terror in her voice.
Police say the attack happened around 8 Wednesday night as Ashley Wasilewski walked through Forsyth Park after a church program.
Oh, that's wholesome.
And could see in the
what a nice white thing to do.
From one of the lamps in the park. She turned around and went to push him, and then just in that split second was like, why is he pouring water on me?
Within seconds, Wasilewski's clothing started disintegrating. Savannah's mayor posting this photo of what he calls a person of interest, asking the public
the
to
usual
identify
suspects.
him.
Can we talk about how many people, specifically white women, have had black men in the United States pour gasoline on them and set them on fire? I would have loved to interview Ilhan Omar and be like, yeah, no, white men are awful and the biggest threat to society. Anyways, can we talk about this white girl getting stabbed in the throat? And then can we also talk about these white women who literally got gasoline poured on them and were lit on fire as they screamed, burn white bitch? Could we maybe talk about that for a second? Because it almost seems racially motivated. Because you know what? I'm not going to lie. I feel like I don't see a lot of black men doing these things to black women. I know whatever they do in their private life, that's fine. But I'm like, I really genuinely feel like all these attacks from black men are usually on white women in general, but they tend to be white women. And I feel like that's racially motivated. And you know what? I saw this all over TikTok and I didn't see any of the liberal media outlets reporting on it. And I'm like, a woman gets set on fire. And you're like, oh, well, we're not going to say anything because it's a black person. So in that case, it's totally fine and justified. Mayor Van Johnson tells concerned citizens to take a nap when asked about how he's improving public safety in the wake of a chemical attack. Well, let's say what it is. A black guy lit a white woman on fire. That's what the attack was. Oh, wow. Shocking. I'm shocked a black man didn't take a white woman's side. He's his response and what they're saying to Ghost, they're like, what are you doing? What are you going to do so this never happens again? Because this is horrific and this should have never happened in the first place. She wasn't like walking through the hood. She was leaving church and that happened. So when the person was like, hey, are you going to do anything about this? He was like, why don't you just go take a nap? See, this is what I mean, you guys. They literally hate us. Like that, like a woman's life is ruined forever. She suffered horrific burns. She's literally traumatized. And it was done by a black man. And the black man, instead of being like, hey, this is like really serious, he's just like, why don't you like shut up? I'm like, okay, so they kind of hate us, right? We can all agree on that. Great. Georgia high school is on a lockdown after a black student, black student stabbed a white autistic student in a racially motivated attack, calling the victim a white bitch at the end of the video. Never heard that before. God, now they're picking on autistic kids.
Wait, what the
What the fuck?
Boomer. Oh, shit. Oh, chill.
Jesus. This is what I mean. I'm like, I feel so bad for like poor white kids that have to grow up around this. Like, honestly. It's like I like hung out in Long Beach long enough to know what it's like to just feel constantly scared because they hate you and they're waiting to take their day out on you. I'm not saying all of them, but I'm like, you also can't dismiss my life experience of, yes, I've been jumped multiple times. Shocker, they were all black guys. And they would wait. They would want to like literally take their day out on you. And you're just like, cool, now you're beating up white autistic kids. And I'm like, what could he even have done or said? And also, by the way, that's the difference. It doesn't matter. That's how my parents raised us. It actually doesn't matter. I don't care if he called him the N-word 100 times. It actually doesn't mean you're allowed to touch someone. I literally don't care. Maybe he did. Good, based. Patrick Tyson of North Carolina has been charged with arson after setting a woman on fire after she refused to get him a beer. I mean, sure. Sometimes you ask someone for a beer and they don't give it to you, so you just set them on fire. What's so funny is like when they talk about like white supremacy being an issue, I'm like, where are like the sources to this? Like, well, like who are you bringing up? Like, how come none of these stories seem to hit the main page anytime? And he was obviously probably been arrested. Okay, he's been arrested 5 previous times. Oh, what do you know? For assaulting a woman, breaking and entering. He was let out on bond for $48. What's 40? Is that, I thought bonds were like thousands and millions. That's how much a one hot plate is. Why is he getting out for that cheap? And then he went out and set a woman on fire. So that's good. I don't even like, it's like, I could, by the way, like we choose these stories. I could do 1,000 of them. These are just by the way, these are just ones we're seeing online. Imagine how many of the racially motivated attacks, like people are like not seeing. They're not reporting. They're not on mainstream news outlets. They're not on X. The stories aren't on TikTok. That's what's so crazy. And then they're manipulating the statistics as well. But yeah, so this guy's, previously arrested, assaults women and then lit one on fire. So, but once again, the biggest threat to democracy and the world and America and everything away is just, it's all white people. Man sentenced to life in prison for stabbing woman to death on the LA metro station. I'm not gonna lie, he looked just like the last two. Literally thought it was the same one. It's literally the same thing. It's just it's the same thing every time. That's nice. She's probably just like some mom on her way home and, this is what I mean. I'm like, it sucks for people who are broke that have to live around these people and that have to like put themselves in situations of like, oh, like you have to take transportation. Like you can't afford a car and insurance and all these things. I'm like, I feel bad for these people. I really do. But it's just like, if we just prosecuted crime this way, but the thing is, in order to prosecute crime, you don't have to be racist, but you have to be honest, which to the Democrats is racist. You have to call it out what it is. Like when I don't understand when a black person does something 5 times, but then you have like rich white people being arrested in the UK for hate speech. I'm like, I can't get away with shit. How is that? A woman died. Like that's kind of crazy, you guys. I'm so confused. Where's all the liberal feminists? On all, it's so funny. All these women online, they're all fucking crying that I'm mean and I'm racist and I'm all these things. But I'm like, but where's the outrage for the women that are affected by the policies that you guys vote for? Like that Asian bitch who can't shut the fuck up in all of her videos online. That's feminism did this. Women do everything. Whoa, how about you put some women in a position of power to lock up men that kill us? It's so funny. The same women like her who are clearly liberal and Democrats, she sits there and shits on Republicans and conservatives and women, are the same women that vote for soft on crime DAs, open borders, we can rehabilitate him, we can put him back in, and then women die. So I'm like, isn't that the most anti-women thing you can ever do, is allow women to be murdered? I'm not murdering anyone. You just don't like the things I have to say. But I vote for people to be behind prison bars and actually stay there. An MIT professor shot to death at his Brookline condo. I mean, this is kind of a crazy story because now I'm seeing a lot of like crazy conspiracies coming out of this. Was shot last night in his home in Brookline. Apparently, it's like a pretty nice neighborhood. He was transported to a local hospital. I mean, like, do we have like anything on this? It's very weird because apparently he was... okay, so the director of MTI's Plasma Science and Fusion Center was shot to death last night in his home. That seems very targeted and specific. One of the greatest minds on the planet, specializing in nuclear fusion, is assassinated. Yeah, he was probably about to like cure cancer, so, they went in and shot him because that's like literally what they do. Because like this guy doesn't look like he would be involved in a shooting. Like, people would go shoot him. He seems like a smart guy. Good job. He's brilliant. He's probably working on some science stuff. And then someone shoots him. Like, sorry. I mean, like, when normal people see this, does anyone go like, oh, that's kind of weird? It's kind of weird. It's kind of fishy. We'll follow up with that. Oh my God. Someone put, don't worry, Kash Patel will dig into this on his next podcast episode. Dude, I'm not going to lie. Him going around and podcasting with his girlfriend, I can't always defend people on my side. I mean, at a certain point, it's like, what the are you doing? How many shootings, stabbing, terrorist attack? Like, how much shit is going on in America? Okay, how much shit is going on in California alone? Let's talk about the whole United States. And he's literally podcasting and be like, my girlfriend wasn't even born in Israel. It's like, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I think he should lose his job. I hate to say it as like a Republican, but that's why I have credibility. I shit on everyone. I love his girlfriend. I'm friends with her. She's sweet. I feel bad about the attacks against her, but I'm like, do you guys think anything you do through before you do it? Do you ever think that maybe there's a lot of shit happening in the country? Like, people are shooting Republicans, and maybe as a Republican, get to the bottom of the people killing us and planning terrorist attacks before you go talk about how your girlfriend's never lived in Israel. Like, let's just kind of put some priorities out there. Love you, Kash. Love his girlfriend. Love everybody. But, sorry. Like, she's like suing like Candace Owens. I'm like, God, can we like get some shit going before the Democrats take over and we're all like put in concentration camps? Jasmine Crockett says 80% of the most violent crimes are from white supremacists. Her and Ilhan Omar coming up with these fake statistics.
This is very simple. We right now have a white supremacist that is sitting in the White House. He is backed by other white supremacists. And if you really want to know who the criminals are in this country, you can Google it. You don't have to trust me. But the people that commit 80% of the most violent crimes in this country are white supremacists. Yet for whatever reason, they sit and they serve at the pleasure of the president. They are the ones that were there on January 6th, tearing our democracy down physically. And now we have them tearing us down right here from within.
Why do we still continue to talk about January 6th like it wasn't one of the most boring days in history? I'm like, what do you guys mean? You guys incited all this, and then you had a bunch of feds dressed as feds go in and pretend to be Republicans, incite violence, and then you shot a Republican. I'm so confused when people talk about January 6th. Everyone's like, I was in fear for my life. They were like 4,000 feet away. And then we have Nancy Pelosi and her like bitch daughter on camera. Refusing to like do all this. I'm like, this is so far gone. January 6th is one of the most retarded days in history. I didn't care about it then. I don't care about it now. It never has any meaning. Sorry, I was just looking at ChatGPT of all the race statistics, but you know what? We'll get into that next episode because okay, here's the thing. When people like her call us white supremacists, which is a crazy thing to call someone, Trump is also surrounded by like gay people, brown people, surrounded by everybody. Wasn't Trump like the first one to let like black people work at like Mar-a-Lago on the golf course and all that shit? I don't understand. There's not one racist allegation against him that's literally ever held up. Yet Democrats are the most racist people, but they can go on TV and get away with it. But I'm like, what? So if they get to call us that, what do we get to call them? If you're going to call me a violent, evil, white supremacist, what do I get to call a black woman like Jasmine Crockett, who says those things about me, even though I'm not those things? By the way, she's saying that to Americans. This is why I'm always like, why do you guys not hate these people? Like, I'm like, why do you not like hate them? So I'm like, well, what can we say about her? I say retarded black woman. Is that? I can't think of like anything more like on the nose. Like money funneling, shady, lazy, retarded, ghetto, stupid. And then just, it's not because she's black. She just happens to be black on top of all those things. But I can't think of like what to call her. It's just, I'm jealous that they get to call us white supremacists. And then it's so funny, talk about, well, I think our culture is superior. I'm not saying as people. There's a lot of like ugly, useless, dumb white people in this country. They're all over the world, actually. But I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, our culture is literally superior. What's your culture? Lying on your loans about all your properties and stealing money and, spending all this money on, like, every time she goes on the news, she has a new fancy outfit out, new diamonds, hair and makeup done. And I'm just like, looks like you're doing real well. But I just think it's crazy to be able to have a position of power on talking shit on white people. And then, God forbid, we say anything. We say anything back to them. I think that's a really crazy thing to label someone. And it actually I'm sure there's some white supremacists in the country. I don't even think I believe that. I don't even really think I believe in racism, actually. I don't even think that's a real thing. I think the only thing you can do that's racist. I was thinking about this in bed the other night. I can't imagine why I have mental health issues sometimes. I think I was really thinking about it because I get called racist, I get called everything, and I always have, which is funny because everyone knows my best friend's black, my boyfriend's not white. Sorry, guys. And, I've never had an issue. I've been around everyone my whole life. We can all agree we just don't like ghetto, like annoying people. But I'm like, what actually makes someone So saying racist things doesn't actually make you racist. It doesn't. They're just words. Words can't hurt people. I think the only thing left in this country that actually makes you racist is killing someone. I think that's the only thing. I don't find it weird to not want to be around someone, to want to be safe. I don't think citing statistics. I don't think having an opinion off of stereotypes, which stereotypes come from a large group of people acting very similar. And that goes across with all race, religion, groups of people, women, men, everything. But I'm like, I think the only thing that I could actually say now that makes you a racist is if you were out there, which blacks and Democrats do, and you call for the elimination of the white race, white replacement theory. I think that would make you a racist. I think she is. And other than that, I think you'd actually have to kill someone. I think you'd actually have to stab someone in the throat and say white bitch, and I would label that person a racist. Other than that, I actually don't think anyone's racist. I don't even think it's a real thing anymore. I think it's just a name to call people, to discredit the things that they were saying and to make people dislike them. And that's what I think. And I'm sure everyone agrees. Just kidding. That's probably no one agrees with that. Hydration gets oversold. More water isn't the answer if your body can't actually use it. That's why I use Native Path Hydrate, a science-driven formula designed to support real cellular hydration, plus steady energy and mental clarity. It includes all 9 essential amino acids, along with added nutrients to help your body absorb and utilize water properly. And the key is balance. It has the right amount of sodium, enough to help you with absorption, but not so much that you feel bloated or overloaded, and not too salty. It's made for real life, whether you drink coffee, work long hours, travel, or just want consistent energy without extremes, clean ingredients, and it tastes great. So go to getnativepath.com/Emily. That's getnativepath.com/ you know my name, you know how to spell it, for a special deal at a fraction of the retail price plus free shipping. If you want hydration that's formulated intelligently, try Native Path Hydrate at getnativepath.com/Emily. Liberals are only comfortable controlling other people's beliefs. We have a video of Hillary Clinton calling for censorship on social media apps.
The platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm.
Well, real harm, like all the people that disappear around you guys, God forbid, when you talk about the Clinton. I would say real harm is when you kill people around you. And many people around you, Hillary, have literally died. So that's the only time I would say there's real harm. I think the only real harm is, like, if you're around the Clintons, then you really have to worry about some stuff. Like, why are bodyguards around you dying? Why are security guards that heard conversations while you're on private planes dying? Why are friends dying? Why are chefs drowning? Like, why are gay chefs that have sex with Barack Obama, who specialized in swimming, going paddleboarding in 3 feet of water and drowning? I think those are harmful. Dude, there's nothing more dangerous than anyone who calls for censorship. I'm sorry, across the board, whether it's anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, white supremacy, anyone who calls for censorship on quite literally any level is the enemy of the people and should be treated as so. There's nothing you can convince me. There's nothing, because I'm like, if you can censor misinformation, or things you don't like obviously it's really easy to censor the truth as well. And also, the truth will prevail and it'll come out. You can have science and data to back that up. But I'm like, y'all know that you've been lying on these apps for a long time with no consequences, especially around vaccines and crime and immigration, the border, and all this stuff. We have AOC calling Elon Musk one of the most unintelligent billionaires she's ever seen or met. Has she met him? I'm jealous.
This dude is probably one of the most unintelligent billionaires I have ever met.
Oh my God, really?
Or witnessed. Which, you can probably...
I know, she looks chunky.
...glean that from watching these people on TV. Anyways, all of that is to say is that they don't do their homework.
All Democrats get fat because they make so much money. All they do is eat and Postmate.
19-year-olds in at the Treasury. This dude is not smart.
This dude is not smart.
And the danger...
I'm smart.
In the lack of intelligence and the lack of expertise.
I was a waitress before I worked in government.
This guy is one of the
I'm smart.
Morally vacant, but also just...
so smart she can't even find the words to what she's saying.
Knowledgeable about these systems that...
her ugly little dog in the background she got a nice painting of. AOC splurged nearly $50K on pricey hotel stays, dining and renting Puerto Rico concert venue where Bad Bunny performed. I like it. You guys, every week on this show, it's Democrats that claim to be socialists that literally spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on stuff and then literally shit on us and say they're going to tax us higher and we're all bad people for wanting to keep what we make. Like, do you guys see the pattern here? Jasmine Crockett is in so much fraud right now. It's unbelievable. We have the gay Democrat in California who's going on safaris in Africa, spending 50 G's on rooftops. I'm like, when are you guys going to realize, if you're a Democrat, you're in it for the money. That's why you lie and say crazy things, because everyone's like, dude, a normal person wouldn't believe that. Yeah, because they're making tons of money. That's why Ilhan Omar was 65K in the hole, and now she's worth 30 million. That's Bad Bunny. I've just sneezed, so. Okay. Bad Bunny's the Mexican no one likes. That's Puerto Rican. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out who these people are. I don't know what's going on. I'm a huge loser, so I don't know what's going on in the world. I'm sorry. This is what, Yolo County? YOLO. California is offering to kids in taxpayer-funded libraries, bro. Can you zoom in? If you could zoom in as much. Yeah, I'm just trying to look at the images and text. Why is the tip such a different color? Okay, so you guys, it makes sense it's in Yolo County because they don't give a fuck what the kids are reading. This is taxpayer-funded libraries are giving these to kids. So we'll start at upper left. We just got holding a dick. The next one, what is it? What's the book? What's the purpose of the book? I'm trying to figure it out. And then we have those are butt plugs. Okay. Well, this isn't teaching kids about hormones, because butt plugs are something you have to go to the store and buy as an adult. So this is a little crazy. And then you got nudie mags. And then it looks like you just have a dude fucking another dude in the ass, because I can't tell if it's a man or women. And then they're just doing some crazy, of course, you had to have a stark white with a dark black couple. You couldn't just do two pink skin tones, which would be normal. You have to, and they're doing some crazy position I've never seen. So we're I don't even see this in TV shows or porn or anything online. So we're showing kids just shove things up your ass and each other at a young age. Is this like, you know what's so crazy? You watch the meetings where they go into school boards and they start to read the text and they're like, sir, this is inappropriate. We're going to remove you. And it's like, but this is okay? This is porn. This is literally porn. And it's our tax dollars. And that, dude, as a kid, if I open this, I'd be like, whoa, what is this? I would like bring it to the teacher. I'd be like, are you guys kidding me? There's like literally porn in here, you guys. This is nuts. It's disgusting. And I don't like the colors of anything. The colors are all off to me. I don't like it. I don't like it's mixed match. This is so crazy. It's weird that even as, like, I'm 32 years old and I look at this and it makes me uncomfortable and it's like inappropriate. And I'm just like, they're pedophiles. Everyone's a pedophile. That's why we pay the highest taxes. We pay all of our taxes to pedophiles so they can make books in schools of them grooming kids to then them as adults. That's literally what this is. You can't prove me wrong if that's not what this is. This is here. Democrat pedophiles are putting these books in schools because they're like, this is what we want you to do with us, okay? Because we are satanic freaks and we're going to use tax dollars to do it. They're like, this could be us. When we check you out of school illegally, which they've also done. San Diego parents are fighting back against trans ideology being taught to their children.
Parents pushing back against trans agenda being forced on kids. The San Diego Unified School District began teaching elementary students about 9 gender identities along with more than 30 sexual orientations. Parents and critics said the material was wildly age inappropriate and had no place in elementary classrooms.
And I am calling for you tonight to suspend
Santa hats everywhere.
Services and to remove that contract.
Many accuse the district of prioritizing political ideology over basic education and child development. School officials defended the program, claiming
is that gay Cory Booker
stereotypes and aligned with Title IX requirements. But frustrated parents argued it crossed a line and demanded the lesson.
Because why are you talking to kids about sex unless you're a pedophile? Like, literally, sex has nothing to do with school. I'm like, the kids can't read, and you're telling them, and they're already confused and retarded, and then you're telling them they have 30 different, and I'm like, also, it's very simple. You either have sex with men, you have sex with women, or you're disgusting and you have sex with both. I think bi people are disgusting. I think they're so weird. I don't even understand. Men and women are so, like, I understand being straight, obviously. I understand being gay, because it's so different, but I'm like, you can just both. All the girls I grew up with that are bi were the biggest sluts, and I was like, you guys are so no one's safe around you. So you have a boyfriend, you're cheating on them with women. You have a girlfriend, cheating on them with dudes. Like, so you have everything. That's what you are. You just have sex with everything. You are just an empty vessel of a human being. Great. So yeah, you're straight, you're gay, or I guess you're bi. But that's it. So what are you teaching kids that there's 30 different sexualities? What, are you teaching them to be attracted to lamps? You're like, oh no, actually, so this course today is why we like to put our dicks in toasters. Like, I don't even, like, what, 30? I listed 3 and that's all that exists. So what are the other 30? Scott Wiener, who is one of the most unforgivable, creepiest weirdos on the planet, is apparently running for Congress. Nothing I can say about him right now that would not put me in some sort of lawsuit. So I'll keep it short. I have led on LGBTQ rights in California. Yeah, the only right you want is to be close to children without a adult in the room, you weird asshole. And I'm ready to carry that leadership to Congress. Grateful to the Human Rights Campaign for when you look at people and you're like, I know you've done bad things. And I know you should not be around children. And someone should be at your apartment there should be cameras in your apartment, and your computer, we need to see what's on it. We need to see what's on. If there's a locked door, if there's a weird little bookcase, everything needs to go through. Wasn't he the one that made it hard? He did something that was easier to traffic kids in California, or there's a bunch of stuff. First comment: California legislature bill passes reducing. Oh yeah, that. Okay. So Scott Wiener, helped pass bills reducing penalties for oral, anal sex with willing children. Oh, but they were willing. Oh, okay. So the kids wanted to have sex with a man. So if I call him a pedophile, I don't think that, if you want that, you're a pedophile. I don't think legally I should have any consequences for that, because he is 100, like, he is. Whether it comes out in a month, a year, no children should be around him. He should be banned from schools. That, like, I don't understand. That's a pedophile bill. Who, like, sees that has kids, or, I'm sorry, is normal and doesn't have kids, and they're like, that's weird. There's no such thing as willing sex with children. They are children. They cannot consent. You're raping them. You're raping kids. You're voting to rape kids, Scott Wiener. You freak. Literally. Sweet God. Just, I hate when I look at people and I know they're evil, but, like, I can't put my claws on and prove it. I'll dedicate the rest of my career. There's not even that many things I'll care about. I'll hire someone to follow him. I don't know what it is. Nicki Minaj's thoughts on Gavin Newsom wanting to see trans kids. So Nicki Minaj has just been trolling Gavin Newsom on Twitter, and she's like, imagine being the guy running on wanting to see trans kids. Not even trans adults. Trans kids. Once again, a normal person is like, we want healthy kids, we want happy kids, we want smart kids, and also we want safe kids. So she's just been nonstop trolling him on Twitter, and we're ready for someone new. Meet the socialist LA leader making $240,000 to reign over drug-infested parks as it crumbles. Dude, they're all obese. Literally all these Democrats that make all this money are all fat and obese. I'm like, what do they spend the money on besides Postmates, Uber Eats, DoorDash, the Toast app? I mean, what else? What do they just eat? Do they just sit in their rent-controlled apartments somewhere in Santa Monica and just eat? What else is it? It's crazy to get money, especially if you're poor and get money. Like, think of all the things you could do. Like, I'm like, oh my God, you could afford a gym membership. You could go to a trainer. You could get Ozempic. You could get your face redone. You could get tits. You could get an ass now. And it's like, nope, I'm just going to eat my fat ass to death on everyone else's tab. Like, that's great. By the way, someone that looks like this shouldn't be in any position of power. You can't control the food that goes into your mouth. Therefore, you should not have any responsibilities in this world. Nothing should be delegated to you. You should be homeless. Actually, the best thing that could happen to her is she becomes homeless. She should do drugs because they make you skinnier. That's why I used to have 0% body fat and a six-pack and never worked out a day in my life. And that would be the best thing for her. She should be in the park. In the crackhead, disgusting, crime-ridden fentanyl park is where she should be. She should not have a job. She should make no decisions. She is disgusting. Okay? I don't like the park. Who's that? Why is she... $240,000 a year is a lot of money, you guys. Her job, and also, so that's her job, and she failed because that park you can literally get stabbed walking through. So my issue with the California specifically and how corrupt it is, why are all these people like her fat ass, people you've never heard about in your entire life, making this much money in charge of things that are destroyed? What is she in charge of? Does she manage the crackheads? Does she manage the food program that we're supposed to be helping them out with? That's the only thing I could probably believe in. And so I'm just wondering, if it's this bad there, then wouldn't a normal person lose their job? If things suck and they're not getting better? Look at Karen Bass, Gavin Newsom, this fat ass. Okay, so you all have positions of power where you failed and you continue to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm surrounded by really smart, hardworking people. They don't make anything close to this. And if you put them in charge, they would do a better job with zero background whatsoever. Her and the Democrat, the fat BLM spending $50,000 a year on DoorDash. They're probably in this together. Michelle Obama was supposed to see Rob Reiner the night he got stabbed to death by his kid.
I feel like I should bring up, I know you and your husband were friends with Rob and Michelle Reiner, and I'm very sorry for your loss.
My God.
How long have you known the Reiners?
We've known them for many, many years, and we were supposed to be seeing them that night, last night. And we got the news. And let me just say this, unlike some people, Rob and Michelle Reiner are some of the most decent, courageous people you ever want to know.
Well, he had a lot of crazy tweets. I'm not going to be like he was Great.
They're not deranged or crazed. What they have always been are passionate people in a time when
she likes them because they hate Trump. That's the only reason she even gives a shit.
they were the kind of people who were ready to put their actions behind.
Wait, does no one
cared about?
God, that dress is.
And they cared about.
I mean, nothing looks. Women's clothing never looks good on men, but that looks horrific. The color's off. It's a bondage dress, which you only wear if you have like a slamming body with big tits. And the weird brooch on it to try to distract from those man shoulders. I don't like any of it. Do you guys not think it's kind of weird that she's like, yeah, we were supposed to be there and have dinner the night they got murdered, the night they got stabbed to death by their own son? Why would you say that? Are you part of you should be a part of the murder investigation at this point? That's a really weird thing to say. Also, this couple was they were your friends. They just got stabbed to death by their artsy piece of shit son that they should have just cut off, had him be homeless, and beat the shit out of him because he became a loser that killed them. That's why, hey, maybe they should have spent a little less time talking about how bad Trump is and maybe some more time on their Hunter Biden piece of shit son. Literally. It's funny how we talk about the homeless. Oh, wait, their son was the perfect example of but he had a home. Wait, he had a beautiful home and rich parents that were famous. You're telling me he was still a piece of shit that didn't contribute to society and did bad things? Oh, I thought having a fucking home cured everything for everyone. Yeah, maybe focus less on Trump and your Trump derangement syndrome and hating Republicans and more on your piece of shit son that ended up stabbing you to death. Yeah, wasn't Trump or Republicans that stabbed you guys to death, was it? No, it was that little freak. That's what happens when you raise a little spoiled freak artsy bitch and they grow up and kill you. But also, I find it weird if my friends were murdered to death, I would not then be on a talk show we were just supposed to be at dinner with them. So crazy. My hair and makeup team ate, though. No one thinks that's weird. Your friends just died, and you're on a late-night comedy show, whatever the it is. I've never seen it. And you're yeah, it was so sad. We were supposed to be there. Why were you supposed to be there that night? Seems really specific. What were you going to do that night? At what time? Do you ever think that if you were there that night, they'd still be alive? You should feel ashamed of yourself. George Floyd film is in the works, thank God. Finally, something good, finally.
Even though we didn't grow up together, he's my favorite brother.
My brother.
Hey, sis.
I'm the baby of the family, and he's...
Let me guess, George Floyd was actually a great person from a loving family.
That's a classic. You know when they say people are a rare breed?
Talk about rewriting history.
Yeah, he's that.
I'm sorry, I'll be back in a few hours.
No, he was actually really hardworking.
I know.
Get the football.
Didn't he do porn?
That was my favorite memory.
Where's the porn history?
He was always for you.
How many robberies did he do?
Story of me.
In innocent people's homes?
And this guy.
Where's the fentanyl? He loved fentanyl. It was in his system all the time, including 4 times the higher dose, according to the autopsy. Look, apparently this is in the works. I don't know if this is the official trailer. They could have made this on AI. Justice for George. Well, he's dead. So what is the justice for? Should we give more money to... Didn't we give millions of dollars to his family? Also, where was the pregnant woman that he put a gun to her belly? Where was the kid working at the store he was trying to hustle, the $20 when he was threatening to kill him? Where was the porn? The fact that he didn't have multiple children, he wasn't an absent father in all of their life. I'm just wondering, what's crazy is a good movie would have actually been his real life. Not the fake life. That's going to be boring. A good movie would just be his real life because that shit's crazy and super. But no, then it would be oh my God, why didn't we give all this money to someone who wasn't a good person? Oh my God. Why did they not cast me? Why was I not the director on that? Oh my God, directed by Derek Chauvin and Emily Wilson. Directed by Derek Chauvin and Emily Saves America. The true life. You know what? They will release this after I will go to jail and I will write the real one with Derek Chauvin. I will self-fund it and I will put that one out after you guys. Okay? This story was ended by an act of violence. He OD'd. It's the coroner, he OD'd. He had 4 times the amount in his system, whatever it is. I have it on my phone. I have the, whatever, when people die, the autopsy, I've had that shit saved on my phone, like, for God knows how many years now, however long it's been. But it lives on through millions of accidents. No, you guys, dude, the black family just wants money. The government, like, or the city gave the black family all the money for his death, and now they still want more money. It's so exhausting. COVID mRNA injections can cause heart damage by triggering immune cells to go on the attack, scientists have found. Well, you know, it's exhausting to be right all the time, but someone has to do it. It's almost like you were banned from all social media if you talked about this for the past couple years. I don't understand. Even when people were like, it would never do that. I'm like, every vaccine has side effects. Every single one. There's nothing you can inject into your body that has 0 side effects. So I'm like, yeah, of course. I met a 24-year-old who was crying to me because he had like heart inflammation after he got vaccinated. And I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. I'm not the one that forced you. Maybe you should go find those people and have a tough discussion with them. I'm sure they'd love to talk to you. Yeah, no, this is just all the stuff we've been saying for a very long time. And everyone told us we were conspiracy theorists and we were wrong. And then everyone, I mean, I feel bad for the people who actually like had all these things because they've also been ignored all these years. But yeah, good luck suing the vaccine companies. I'm pretty sure you sign a waiver when you get vaccinated. So enjoy that. All the world leaders that met in Davos all made the same mistakes around COVID. Look at all those people. All the people that made all the decisions to ruin all of our lives and flew around private jets, made a ton of money, all the, you know, anti-human people. You have Fauci, you have Mr. Clinton, you have Trudeau, the fat one that's in charge of like the health stuff that looks like a man. Yeah, just all the most evil people in the world. I like how it says, coincidentally, all the world leaders that all met up in Davos all made the same exact errors. So open borders, COVID, vaccine mandates, digital ID, green energy bullshit, all the trans stuff. And, you know, what do you know? They just happen to all be together. I thought that this was all so natural. Normal people just love all of those things and think they're so great. Poland rejects migration while the rest of the EU is in turmoil. I gotta go visit Poland.
Islamskiej mamie. Tutaj nie będziecie wprowadzać żadnych swoich praw. Tutaj jest Polska. Tutaj jest nasza ziemia, nasz kraj, nasze prawa i zasady.
Why can't we do that here?
Jest Jezus Chrystus.
Christ is King!
Wow! Które gdzieś tam sobie przydzielacie.
Immigration quotas? They have quotas for like how many immigrants we let in? That's so crazy. If it's a quota, that means you have to hit it or you don't get paid, right? It's like cops and shit. Yeah. Crazy is to say Christ is King now is like, they act like you're like saying the N-word now. I'm like, that's how it's been for a very long time. That's how it should be. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, but you guys can scream Allah Akbar and it's fine, right? Because because Christ is King is like no one's getting hurt. Allah Akbar is like shit's exploding. You're probably going to die. If you hear that, you're 90%. Like, that's the one thing no one wants to hear. Oh, yeah, Emily, I'm fine with it. All right, how about on a plane? How about, ever been on a plane, heard that? How feel pretty good about it? Meanwhile, Paris is canceling New Year's Eve concert in fear of migrant violence because instead of, realizing you have an issue, they're not assimilating, you just cancel Christmas for everybody. I don't understand. I've been dying to debate if I want to go to Paris and London because I haven't been here so long, but it's not looking great. And, like, I'm not going to stay in some shitty area. I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to walk around with an Hermes bag and diamonds. But at the same time, I'm like, why the are we catering to these animals? Catering to them. I don't understand. Like, just kick them out and then have the Paris parade. It's not that hard. I hate that. I could run the country better than every single leader combined. Seriously. Put me. I'll go there. I'll live there. I'll go save the people. Do you guys want? I'll immigrate over there illegally because you love illegals. And then you can prop me up in a position of power. And then once I get in that power, I will be the most far-right candidate you have ever seen in your life. And I will save your countries. If you want that, that's fine. I would live in London and Paris part of the year, not all the time, because the weather's gross. I don't want to be around a bunch of but other than that, I would consider going there. We have a tour stabbed by a crazy homeless woman inside Macy's Herald Square while changing her baby. Well, I was told that all immigration is good and it is our diversity is our strength. So there it is, guys. There's the diversity. There's your strength. You get to get stabbed while changing your baby in a Macy's. I didn't even know Macy's were still around. Christmas, we have a video of a Christmas market in Germany. Oh, look at all the native Germans. You know there's mean shawarma though. You know there's like bomb-ass falafel. Is there any white people left in Germany? Jesus. I don't like that they gather because that means none of them are at work. They're all able to gather at the same time. They're potentially all in a WhatsApp group. And I'm like, it seems very, very planned and organized. Also, I liked a meme today, and I know people are going to think it's like some pro-Hitler meme. It's not. And I'm glad, you know, we won World War II, but someone was like, oh yeah, thank God I'm not speaking German. They were like, but there's 9 brown people speaking different languages around me. And I was like, no, wait, that's actually the truth though. It's like, oh, congrats. No one speaks English around me. So I'm like, well, so what was the point in all this? Yeah, we really came out on top there. Meet your new neighbor, Muhammad. Like, what the So Brian Krasenstein, I don't know. Everyone just hates this guy. That's how I know him. Gets ratioed on Twitter because he obviously posted a fake story saying, yesterday, my 9-year-old son asked me why black people seem kinder than white people. I paused, not because I disagree, but because I didn't want to override his lived experience with an adult lecture. So I asked him if that was something he noticed himself. He nodded and said, yeah, they just are. I'll take stories that never happened. I will take fake news. Did you really write this and you were like, people are gonna believe me? I mean, you guys. And it's like, everyone's like, why is it? And then he tries to do the liberal thing of calling you racist. Why is this so hard to believe? Because I'm not even joking. I'm 32 years old. I have never heard someone say, God, all these black people are so nice. Not in 32 years have I heard that. No, seriously, not working in clubs, not working in restaurants, not hanging out in the hood at warehouse parties, not bartending. I mean, like, not at a restaurant, not in, I've never heard that in my life. And you're telling me your 9-year-old said that? Like, that's something he was like thinking about naturally? Everyone's just like, dude, you suck, and this didn't happen. And then he retweeted the original tweet, and he got ratioed again. So I don't know why this tweet gets people so angry. It was an innocent question by my son. I didn't make it up. I love that you made it up, and you were a liar. Twitter is so insane. I feel like it's literally just like a mental hospital, but everyone's like online with each other. That is my least favorite app. I'm not gonna lie. TikTok should be deleted. 100% I support that. X, I believe in free speech, but it is a mental asylum. It is not good for society. It is not good for us. You should not. I go on there. Like, if I'm on there, I'm posting for work, and then like I'm logging the off. It is crazy. I posted a photo of me and my girlfriends out at dinner. My girlfriends are hot. We all looked hot in it. It had like 2 million views, and it was just everyone calling us dirty Jews and telling us to kill ourselves. And I just was like, because it was so viral. By the way, no alcohol in it, no drinks in it. There's bread with like whipped feta in front of us, and everyone is like, you dirty Jewish whores. Only one's Jewish. They don't even know which one. They were like, you should just kill yourselves. You like OnlyFans, useless, blah, blah. And I was like, is everyone okay? People were sending my friends that, like, oh, you're viral on Twitter. And they'd be like, what? And they were like, yeah, some girl posted a photo of you. And they were like, yeah, that's like my friend. They're like, did you look at the comment section? I'm like, are you guys okay? It's like the biggest losers, mentally ill people. Like, they all flock to one app, which is very scary. And then they also photoshopped us with big Jewish noses and like fire in the background. And I'm just like, I mean, you could be doing anything in the world right now, and that's what you chose to do. And that was like the top comment. And I just was like, I'm not mad. I'm genuinely worried about everyone's mental health. And that's really bad coming from me. Democrats weaponize an army of medically diagnosed, mentally challenged Americans. This is nice.
Dear President Trump.
Words matter.
Calling someone.
The R word is a dirty.
Disgusting.
Insult. It's demeaning.
You can tell they're reading a script.
People from seeing capabilities.
It's hurtful.
and it destroys
dignity.
We are hardworking,
Capable individuals.
Mr. President.
We are not punchlines.
Oh.
Please lead by example.
We are a better nation than this.
Okay, well, you're lucky you're in this nation because other ones wouldn't even allow you to exist. So let's just get that out of the way.
Make America great again.
We can start by treating people with respect.
I love Down syndrome people. Everyone loves Down syndrome people. We do treat them with respect. Like, they're like, everyone loves them. I don't know one group of people that doesn't like them ever. They're awesome. They're like really honest, super funny. A lot of them really smart, super skilled. But I'm like, only Democrat. First of all, thank God for the captions because we wouldn't know what they're saying. Only Democrats would literally force people with Down syndrome to read something going against President Trump. Like, literally force them to read this and say, there is no way with all the train toy collections and cards and pennies and all the amazing things they're interested in, you think they're watching Fox News and they're worried about Donald Trump? Like, no, there's no way. They have way too good of lives. They're way happier than us. They're interested in cool things. They're not chronically online like we are. They're not watching Fox News. They don't know that Trump said retard. And also, he wasn't talking about retards. No one is ever talking about actually mentally disabled people. The reason we call them retarded is because we're upset that they're not mentally disabled and they act the way they act. And everyone knows that. I've never called a retarded person retarded in my life, and I never would. And I hate that we have to like continuously talk about this. But I'm like, you guys forced mentally challenged people to make a video for you. You are truly evil, and I don't know how much you paid them or what you offered them or what toy collectibles you put on the table to do this, but you guys are fucking truly despicable human beings, and I wish nothing good to you. Anyways, you guys, make sure you like, subscribe. Go on Netflix, support Down for Love. It's one of the best shows. It's people with Down syndrome dating each other. And I'll tell you one thing, a lot of them don't have to work and they're way happier than we are. And they find love, they do it all, and they have better lives than us. So enjoy.